Welcome back to the Why Not Us podcast with your host, Sen.
And I'm Rahmere.
And we thank you so much for joining us back, for keep coming back. Mm-hmm. We always want to just let you guys know that we have been loving the support, the outpouring of the support, the listening, the watching, the likes. You know, all of what you've been giving us, we want to give that right back to you.
Oh, for
that
sure.
Gratitude, right?
For sure. And I don't even think we got enough fanfare. I feel like welcome back to the final episode of the Why Not Us podcast.
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Season one. 20 episodes. Oh, we slipped it in there. We got renewed for season 2, y'all.
Yeah, we did. They renewed us.
But yeah, it's been a cool journey. It's been a lot that we've done. It's been a lot that we've accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we really was just like talking like, yo, we really need a podcast for the channel. And we like, yo, why not? Why don't we make a podcast?
That's right.
Basically. And that wasn't our name when we started.
No.
I don't know what names we was thinking about.
So many names. So many names.
I'm not sure. But I
this
think
was the perfect one.
I do feel like Why Not Us just like fits.
Yeah.
It fits.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's very like, yo, instead of watching people do it, why not do it?
Mm-hmm.
I think my original purpose of making a podcast, because I just didn't feel like, I feel like ECP was doing a lot of cool things and we're like, yo, like, why nobody want to talk to us? Why not?
Right.
So I'm like, yo, why not? Why don't we talk to us? Why don't we get the podcast?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But no, it's been a cool journey. Do you got any like memorable moments or like favorite episodes or anything like that?
This journey thus far, has been really incredible. I've gotten the honor and the pleasure, of keep coming back in this space, in this safe space, to be so vulnerable, to be so open. And the memorable moments are the ones that we had topics and we're like, is this a good enough topic? And we in the thick of it, and we come out of it, we're like, that's such a good topic. So like those are always my favorite moments of when you're not sure of something and you just got to keep digging and keep piling. And we have a couple of those moments and you probably won't even notice it because how great it flowed. And you know, so a lot of my favorite episodes, one in particular was the one when we just talked about, you know, nostalgia and breaking out of nostalgia and creating new things and originality.
That was cool.
That was my favorite one thus far. I can go back and watch that so many times. And
I feel like we put a lot of science and work into that. We was just like, yo, research. It was like,
my gosh.
I didn't know it was like 4 Freaky Fridays.
Yeah, like
like insane.
Yeah. What about yourself? What's some moments?
A cool episode that I remember that was really cool was the passion phase or hobby episode. That's my favorite episode. Yes. If it's people that's never watched the podcast, I'll definitely point them to that episode.
Absolutely.
I feel like we both was preaching in that joint. I ain't gonna lie. We both was spitting. We was just telling like how it was, how we feel. And it's a dope concept that not a lot of people even think about.
Mm-hmm.
Like they may be slightly into something and then they just think that now they gotta make money off of it and now it gotta be a passion and now I think that episode truly ties, one of the biggest things that truly ties us to who we are.
Yeah.
Definitely. We had a lot of great guests, you know what I'm saying? A lot of great guests we had on the podcast, super memorable topics. It was a dope first season. That's how I feel.
And I feel like this season also taught us a lot. I think just we're not perfect, and I think season 1 is like the most authentic season. Of course, all of our seasons going to be, but it taught us we're not here to be teachers. And I think, just to be honest, I think sometimes in moments I kind of looked at some topics or episodes as such, but then to just sometimes stop and go, I'm actually not through whatever I'm speaking of. And instead of it being a teaching moment, it's actually a lived-in moment, a lived-in experience that we're all experiencing, people behind the camera, people watching it, you know, in front, all the sides. So I think it was definitely lessons to come out as well. So I'm very proud of us.
Definitely. Very proud of us. Yeah. Proud of yourselves for keep showing up and being here.
Exactly.
Growing the Instagram page. You know what I'm saying? The Why Not Us Pod on Instagram.
Yes.
Tuning into the icons of the eyes. And I just remember us just sitting here going over the topics and segments we wanted and what we want the podcast to be about and how long. And there was moments we like, yo, how many episodes we want in this first season? And all of it to finally reach that end is actually super dope, man. Super dope. But not before we give you guys a great episode on this.
Yes.
We not done yet.
No. So keep watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you comment if you would love. And just continue to keep showing up for us. So before we get into all the things, let's just cover our highs and lows.
Okay. My high and low for this week, I'll start with my low. Dude, it's not even at the time of recording. It's not even August yet. It's not even August yet. We're not even in the hottest month yet.
No.
And like, what's going on? And I seen someone's made this morbid-ish comment the other day, and I heard it. And he was like, it wasn't morbid, but like, it just made you think. It was like, that's true.
Oh,
This is the coolest summer that we will ever have in our life.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, bro. It's only going to get hotter.
It's only going to get hotter.
It's only going to get hotter. And I'm just like, we're not even in August yet,
okay,
bro.
like, I feel it. It's your low, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I feel it. And I acknowledge it, right? But it's so many cool things to do when it's hot.
Name 10.
I give you 5.
See? Look, I can name 10 cool things you can do in the wintertime.
Okay, I'm not going to say your name 10 because I just don't feel like it personally. Okay. There are so many cool things like you can do to like cool off. You can go get a water ice. You can go like go get some ice to cool down, munch
That's
on.
1.5.
No, it's not. I don't claim that. You can go to the water park.
2.
You can, just get some go on an ice cream date or have ice cream with your family.
Ice cream, water ice, same thing.
It's really not. It's 2 assorted flavors.
2.5.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
The point is, you can do really cool things to cool off, and I get it's hot. It is hot. I don't even like this much heat. I'm not
Let me tell you some cool things you can do in the wintertime to warm up. Because wintertime is way elite. You can put a hoodie on. You can put a blanket on. You can turn the heat on. You can get some soup. You can get some tea. What else? That's 5 already. I beat you. Like, I don't even need 10. I don't need 10.
For a hoodie?
Yeah.
It's too... I don't even like that much of cold.
Or thermal. Replace hoodie with thermal. Boom. 10. I'm at 5.
You've seen how cold I get. I need more than that.
Nah, bro. So. You can have this season. I just said all that to say
I don't claim that.
This ain't it. Summer. Y'all summer people.
I like spring.
Give me, I don't know. Oh, it get dark at 5 o'clock. Don't care. It get hot at forever o'clock. Okay? It get hot every day. I don't like that.
Okay.
Not a fan.
Well,
not a fan. That's my low.
What about your high?
My high. My high is that I think, and New Chronicles is moving into like a new phase of what we're doing, right? I think I told y'all, let y'all in on a little secret before. Like, if you see us, all of us doing something, 8 times out of 10, we're doing something behind the scenes that you don't see. So this is one of those moments that we're doing stuff behind the scenes that you don't see, and it's coming to fruition. We're doing a lot of great things. Just stay tuned to the channel. Stay tuned to all our socials. It's actually about to be a really, really fun summer for us. Mm-hmm. So,
ditto. So my high for this week is just tapping more into balance. I think we all can utilize more and more balance in our lives, but it's just been a high because I've been prioritizing it more. Sometimes you do forget about how much you need that balance, and so sometimes it's a pull of this is important or this is important, and it's like 2 things can exist at once. Mm-hmm. And so when you blend the balance, you can see how much more a well-rounded person you are and how much more things you can get done, or the reflection process. So I've been incorporating a lot of balance in life and being challenging on myself and hard on myself, but also incorporating a lot of like just stillness and calmness, and those 2 things can exist. So that's my high.
That's good.
Thank you. And then for my low, I feel like, I don't know, it's like more internal. I feel like we talked about it before, kind of like pressure, like some pressures that we may get, and pressures that we put on ourselves, and pressures from the outside world. And sometimes it can kind of get to you. I don't know. Sometimes you just feel so much pressure and everything feels so weighted and heavy, especially in the world we are at. Everyone is trying to get to a certain place at a certain time. And it's just all these things can feel like a great amount of pressure. And that's just what I've been feeling, but I try to just also combat that with like, that's just always going to be life. Life is always going to just be pressure, and it's up to you to, what are you going to do with that pressure, and not to let that overwhelm you. But it's there.
You get pressures from all areas: society, your own self, your family, your parents, your friends, all areas.
Yeah, it's gonna be there, but you just gotta figure out how you're gonna get through it.
I resonate with that for sure.
Yeah. So that was our highs and lows, and now we're gonna get into the icon of the eye, and that is just a segment where we're, pointing out someone or their efforts and what they're doing in the crafts and arts or fashion, music, etc., and we just are giving them their flowers. So would you like to go first?
Cool. Okay. My icon in the eye this episode is a faith-based content creator, filmmaker. Nice. Her name is Jania Sanders.
Okay.
I believe that I think she's like based in New York, but like, she does a lot of cool stuff. Like I've seen her kind of like on TikTok and Instagram, and like, you know what I'm saying? She always, we've seen a few of her projects, and I think she most recently dropped the project. I think it's like In My Mind, or if I'm saying it right. It was heavily selected and awarded. It has a bunch of, you ever seen a poster with like a bunch of selections? Yeah. So many selections. Yeah, it seems like it was heavily selected to a lot of festivals and different categories and such. But not only that, just like her work is very like intentional, very intentional and creative. Like you can tell that she was given a vision and she's just putting it forth. And it's actually very, very cool to see. Just even as someone who doesn't know her, just like as just a consumer, and I'm just like, yo. So shout out to you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep letting that light show. Yeah. Everything.
Shout out to you. So the icon in the eye for me this week is also a faith-based content creator. Her name was Casey Blanco, and I stumbled upon some of her TikToks and Instagram. I followed her. And it's just really cool because when you scroll, sometimes you just scroll on your feed and you just see really cool things, random things sometimes. But also now with her posts, it's really intentional things. And you're scrolling and she's wishing you a prayer. She's, maybe out in the park. Every time she's talking, it's in a different scene or scenario, which I really connect with because it's always in nature, outside, which seems really beautiful. So she's always saying, hey, I know you don't know me, but I want to pray for you, or I want to tell you what, these things. And I just like her because it's just authentic, and it seems like it comes across like she's talking to herself, but also she's delivering these messages to people she doesn't know. And that's always a good thing. So
definitely. I feel like that stuff is very important in the world. We talked about brain rot. We talked about just so much happening on your feed and your TikTok. And if you could just scroll, and then just like this catches your attention, very needed. Definitely.
Yeah, it's a very, I feel like nicheless thing. I feel like it's something that somebody can't put you in a box and say you're this or you're that. It's just like, this is what you're delivering. So shout out to you. Okay, so now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of our final show. I know it's so sad.
You keep saying it. Oh. It's okay.
It's okay.
Let's get into meat and potatoes.
So for this one, we're going to talk about just taking a break, from it all and what that looks like. We've talked so many episodes prior about how to do a set thing or what to do when this comes up or how to collab or how to not collab. And we've yet to really talk about how to just put it all down and step back, cut the lights off, the cameras off, put away the paintbrushes, put away the music studio, like take a break and what that looks like and how to go live a life and just to, take it down. So we're going to delve into that.
It's super important to take a break. We talked about this in the mental health episode and the grind and everything like that. That you're not a robot, you're not a machine. You cannot constantly go and go and go. Think about it, even machines can't constantly go and go and go without some sort of maintenance. We're even more complex than a machine. So obviously we're going to need better maintenance, better, longer breaks, maybe even more extended breaks. We need to attend to ourselves. We're like way more important than the things that we create. You know what I'm saying? The things we create have a purpose, have a destination, everything like that. But you can't really deliver this important message to the destination if you're not together, if you're not kind of taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very important.
It is very important. And to just live life. And it seems so simple. It seemed probably way, easy said than done. But when you step back, when all your work is now curated, when you take a step back, the reason why you were able to produce those great works is because before that you lived life. You had inspiration, you had breath, you had air, and you're not going to be able to create as masterful or as great as you want to if you don't take a step back to go hang with friends, to go check in with family, to go take a vacation, sit by the water, just have some sort of other output than your art. I know it's always talked about cliche, like, let it pour into your art, whatever you're feeling, write it down or produce it or direct it or draw it. But sometimes you just gotta live in it and soak in what you're going through, or take a break from always trying to make something.
Yeah. Definitely. I am under the belief that we humans are made here to create.
Absolutely.
Right? And that could be tangible things, and that could just be physical things, and that could be just environments. Maybe you're here to create a loving, God-fearing family. You're here to create a beautiful, safe space for people. You're here to create an amazing jazz album. You're here to create, I don't know. It's I just feel like we're here to make something.
Yeah.
And to take a step back and take a break from that can feel, I don't know, it can make you feel lost. It can make you feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Especially there's people who have involuntary breaks. It's just kind of I think we talked about it before, you've been trying to do something and it's not coming to pass. Basically, for them past 10 years you've been trying to write your book, you're like, all right, well, basically was not really a break, but it kind of nothing came out of that.
Right.
Even then, when something is not being produced, you're still not on a break because you're still thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? You're still putting it together, trying to curate, trying to shift things up. We're talking about a full-on stop, full-on break. Super important. You have to live life. In order to create, a lot of artists, they use life to create things. You have to live life. You have to get experience. You have to go through this and that and the third. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta have a season of just living, of just taking a break from this cog, this art world.
Yeah. And I like what you said because you talked about curating all these other moments. And I think when people hear to stop, it's such a red flag for them. But that doesn't mean you have to stop creating. Like you just said, just to piggyback. It just means to create in another form, create in another way, create more memories, create a fuller life, whatever that looks like for you. So you can be able to produce the best art possible. And you're able to go into your next phase of what that looks like. I think about so many examples. If people never took a break, they wouldn't be able to produce that next best thing. I think about a lot when I think about creation. I tend to think about future and family. And so a lot of, maybe your favorite artists, favorite musicians, whatever, they sometimes, even people right now you're watching, you have families, you have all these things, and now you have life growing inside of you, maybe life actually in front of you. You have a family. That makes it more sustainable. That makes it more fuller. You have things to talk about. You have a whole new ideas, whole new perspective about life, little life, big life, difficult things, marriage, relationships, self-growth. You have so many different perspectives, and if you don't give yourself a chance to live in these different outputs and different moments, your art is not going to grow. You're not going to challenge yourself. You're not going to ask yourself these questions that so many of us may ask. But
that's so true.
Yeah,
it's very true. I think it's definitely a necessary step to just take those breaks, ask those questions. You might find a new interest in that break. You might binge watch Bridgerton, bro. I don't know. In that break, right? And then something in that show may evoke some sort of inspiration. You're like, yo, I want to make a film set in this time period. Yeah. And when you never would have got that if you were just hustling, grinding, going. You never would have had that amazing idea. Humans are very influenced by their environment.
Yeah.
And by what they see, what they do, what they hear, what they, you know what I'm saying, people who they're around.
Yeah.
And, when it just comes to that, If all you are around is yourself in your room, continuing to work and write and write and make, there's no more influence. There's no more influence. You can no longer, I feel like, grow and outdo yourself each time. It's just gonna be the same old, same old, same old. I feel like Tyler Perry just sitting in his room by himself. I don't know. I don't got no beef with Tyler, but I just feel like it's just like it's the same thing over and over. It's just kind of like when he gonna take a break? It's a Madea movie every 6 months.
Oh, now.
You know how long it take to film?
Oh, now. Yeah, I think that, but I think that is like I think that is just his brand, and I think sometimes people have a brand that they sign up for or that they inhibit, that they don't even know what those consequences are. But I feel it is very important to understand who you are, what you're influencing, and also you're not a lazy person if you take a break. No. You're not I don't want people to think, oh, I'm not giving anything to the world, I'm not producing, I'm not, it's actually okay to, like what you just said, watch a Bridgerton or watch a movie. I know for myself, I like to watch documentaries. I get a lot of inspiration from documentaries, and or just sometimes just random stuff will come to me, or a conversation. Conversations can pull so much from you and you don't even understand. If you have a conversation with a friend or a cousin or somebody, you can pull so much from that conversation, from those thoughts, from that. And when you're just in your room, doors closed, windows closed, curtains closed, you're now closed off to new thoughts, new ideas, new perspective. And what does that do for you? So what do we say to someone, I guess, or I guess my question for you is, how do you take a break? How do you relieve yourself and step back?
I think when it comes to like filmmaking or just various creative things, I think of course the cliche answer kind of like, yeah, I take breaks. I might watch movies, or I might, play video games. I might do this. I might curate. No, I'm not gonna say what I create, because that's still not a break, right? So, like, I might do that in a third, but like the biggest thing that I do is kind of just talking to people, right? And just like listen to them, hearing their experiences, and they may inspire me to do something else. I think that's the biggest thing. We haven't talked about it yet, but it's a nice segue when it comes to writer's block. Writer's block. Yeah. People, the biggest way to get out of writer's block is definitely to take a step back, take a break, put it down for a few days, then come back. And in those few days, you may talk to somebody, you may meet an old lady at a grocery store, and she just might have a really good story. She want to tell it to somebody. You just might be the right set of ears to hear them. Bada boom, bada bing. Now you're like, whoa, I got my third act. Yeah. What the heck? Like, how that happen? But I think, I like to take breaks. Moving back to what you said, I like to take breaks, like just consuming media, TV, video games, or just kind of just hanging out with friends. Definitely hanging out with friends. That definitely just like a definitely need it. How do you like to take breaks?
So same kind of way. Sleep.
Yeah, for sure. Forgot about that.
I think sleep is really important. Unless I don't know why people try to think that sleep is overrated. I don't know, but sleep, because you're resting your mind. You're cultivating even in your deepest, your dreams, whatever that case might be. You are, for a second, for some couple of hours, your mind is now resting, and now when you wake up,
if you do it right, some people,
if you do it right, you have a brighter perspective and a different perspective, or you might have the same perspective, but it's rested, right? Other ways, I love to listen to music and sometimes go to concerts. I love to go to concerts. That's probably one of my favorite things to get inspired by, because it's not my area, it's not my industry, but also the emotion is no different. It's joy, it's drive, it's hard work, it's hard, work ethic, but I love to consume media. So all these things that we talk about, it may seem like we're having fun, and you have to have fun. I think people don't want to say it, but you have to have fun
Yes.
to create if you want to create something, you have to go out and live life. Like kind of like push yourself, shove yourself out, force yourself out. You know, connections, even if it's professional or friend wise. Go to like I don't know, like a little event, a little tea and chat, or a little sip and paint. I don't know. Talk to somebody you've never talked to before. See what their life is like. What do they do? You know, they might be a doctor or a nurse, and that might draw inspiration from somewhere. But it's just important to pull yourself away from yourself.
Yeah,
and that's
what
the best
you
thing.
doing.
Yeah,
for everything, your goals that you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
And I think somebody said this before. It was like when people was like, "Yeah, this is my life's work." You could be prepared that it takes your whole life.
Whole life.
Like, you know, you have a lot ahead of you. You have a lot of things that you could be doing, and you know, it's okay. Like, you one break, few breaks is not going to hinder your aligned timeline.
Yeah.
Like, if it's supposed to, you doing all this, it's so funny. People doing all this work, grinding. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this album, this song. I'm gonna do this music video. Just for them, their intention in life, their intention, they're not gonna be a amazing musician till they're 60. I think people are like concerned about. They may be concerned about posting a song, right? Where their whole, you never know, their whole just like path in their life, they're supposed to be a 60-year-old great. Like, they're not supposed to be great till like they're 60.
Right.
There's a lot of people who are not on until later on in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's when they reach their moment that you've been working all this time and you thinking that it's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen when you're 24. It's going to happen when you're 30.
Yep.
Nah, might not necessarily be the case. And so take your breaks.
Exactly. And to add to that, people are waiting for these moments. But the beautiful thing about life is life. So not only things might not happen till you're 60, but when you reach a certain peak, guess what? There's a new peak. There's more space. And there's more chapters. And so we have to get out of this, and this, because you're trying to grind when life is just it's nothing but ebbs and flows, and you have to appreciate the ebbs and the flows, the ups and the downs. And so when we say take time, I heard you earlier say, you know, you might have to take a break. Your break is a life.
Yeah.
And that's the perfect, and that's why I talked about my high being about balance. Because I don't know why people think that it's a one-shot deal on a break, or on making yourself happy, or coming back and feeling inspirational. I'm inspired. Guess what? You're going to have to keep getting inspired and keep having to take a break. That is what we call life. And if you don't know how to incorporate that, life is going to, the hard way, tell you, hey,
it's going to make you take a break.
I'm here. And you have no prediction of what life is going to throw at you. Life is going to sit you down on its own. If you don't sit down, life's going to sit you down in the best way or the not best way. It's just, that's what's going to happen.
So looping back to writer's block, I think I said before, I think the best way to combat it is definitely breaks and talking to people. What's some other ways you feel like that can combat writer's block?
Well, okay, I feel to not taking a break off that set thing, right? Subject, topic, and just really write. That's what I used to do. I think I was taught that in some sort of class, but taking a break could look like all the ways we said, but also taking a break as far as writer's block goes. Just write something silly. Crayons, yellow, sun, like it's just random words, or just kind of like, and whatever it is, whatever your writer's block looks like, without going off of the focus, just do something random. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm trying to paint a really hard painting and I can't get it, start painting like a basic grass and sun and flowers, because you're still doing the thing, but you're not doing the hard thing that you can't, that you're stuck on. Right. So just kind of like take yourself back into a perspective where you just used to do things for fun. Just rewrite.
Definitely.
You know?
I agree. Yeah. Just like you said, the end of that, you do things for fun. People forget that. Yeah. This is what it's all about. Like you can't, like, there's so much that goes on in life, and you would hate to miss, I don't know, your best friend's baby shower, or like your cousin's wedding, and like all of these little moments that that, here and there because you're just like, nah, I gotta get this album out tonight. Like, all right, there's a such thing as discipline. There's a such thing as consistency. But there's also a such thing as just neglect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, life happens. You have to be present in it. You have to show up. You have to, like, take your break, man. Take your breaks. Yeah. Take your breaks. You ever had a 9-to-5 job or a job where you had to clock in, clock out? They force you to take breaks. No human is supposed to be working 8 hours straight. Now, you're a creative. There is no time limit of when you work. Right. When you work the corporate jobs or like the hourly jobs, you have a time set, 9 to 5, set 8 to 11, whatever you have. Yeah. And in that time limit, they force you. You have to go take a lunch. You got to take a 15. You got to take this or whatever. Yeah. As a creator, if you're a creator like me, I find myself as a terrible habit. I just keep working to completion, or I just work to set goal or measure. When I'm editing, I'm like, all right, let me get it down to the skeleton. The skeleton is just getting all the clips on the timeline to where they make chronological sense. It sometimes it's been 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and I'm like, I gotta go to work at 9 a.m. the next day. But I'm just working to completion because I'm just like, yo, like, I don't know, I'm inspired, motivated, but I'm just also like, I don't know, I like it. No, it's bad.
I mean, but at least you have the acknowledgement of that, and someone doesn't have to pull you to the depths and go. And even if you are unaware, hopefully you have people. I mean, you do, and hopefully you do have people in your circle that tell you, like, hey, it's time to, like, relax. It's time to, like, go eat. Did you drink some water? Like, when is the last time you had a nap? So if you yourself feel like you can't take a break, you have a community of people. And I was also going to say, what we're talking about reminds me of a movie on Netflix. It's called Really Love. Shortly, just briefly, about a guy who's a really talented painter. He gets into a relationship, and he realizes he's in the dark room, lights off or lights on, painting. Life is passing him by. His friends are like, hey, bro, you want to come to this concert? No, I got to work on this painting. No, I got to work. He's like letting his girlfriend having issues with that. It's just so many different moments. And so that's a community. You have to have communities of people to go, no, you need to eat. You need to go outside, touch some grass, go feel the sun. It's necessary. So that's also important. If you don't recognize it, hopefully there are people in your corner that do recognize it for you.
Definitely. Having that team and that just support system is so underrated. Because they'll notice things about you that you're too focused to notice. Yep. They're like, yo, Sam, like, I noticed that you ain't talk about no new songs lately. Like, what's going on? Oh, I noticed, like, yo, you ain't talk about that cheesesteak you had, like, remember you say you don't get that cheap? Did you get it yet? Like I'm just saying, like, some people still like are so focused on what they're creating, like they just forget who they are because they just worry about that product. You know what I'm saying? They just worry about putting it out.
Yeah, and I want to say too, as far as on a side note of creation, because creation can also look like creating a new version of you. Yeah. And I know sometimes in a lot of life, we get stuck, and I know I'm only speaking about this because I've experienced this, creating a new version of who you are, who you want to be, so your art can be where it wants to be, or you can be where you want to be. And in that, you're so tunnel vision, and you forget to do all the things that you used to do, or you're like, oh, I did not eat today, or I did not, call my mom, or, I didn't, whatever it is, you just forget. And it's so important with it all of what we're talking about, whether it's taking a break from creation or taking a break from working on you. Don't forget to do the little things, to tap back into giving yourself new life, fueling yourself. You have to fuel yourself, replenish yourself, water yourself. And that's to every little segment in life, for sure.
You have to. You won't be able to work without it. Looping back to just taking a break, I think just really hammering home that point that you get so inspired for new things once you start living life, once you start, putting yourself in new environments. I think one of the coolest things that every time I ever had any writer's block, I've always, like, I don't know, weirdly enough, it's always been, I get I go to a new place of work, get a new job, or I'll just, find myself in a new environment and I'll just be like inspired after that.
Yep.
I don't know how many of these skits you've seen, I don't know, Target, actually after Target or something like that, or just different life experiences that I've had. I think one of the biggest reasons why we are taking a pause on the One Another's podcast or just ending the season at 20 is because we definitely want to take a break and get some more life experience so we can talk about it and bring it back to y'all when it comes to being a creator. We can't just be telling y'all like, yo, do this, do that, do that, do that, do that. And then now we're like, yo, what else we have to talk about? Like, we have to go experience some things so y'all can get a fire season 2 and y'all can just be like, yo, you really were talking, you really spitting, you really preaching. Like, we gotta, take the break and get inspiration from it.
Live your life experiences, go do things that you wouldn't normally do, or go talk to people who you normally wouldn't, or try things, go to a sushi spot, or go downtown.
Get a parfait.
Go downtown, look at the world. People, my favorite thing to do is I like to people watch.
You be talking about them?
And no, just literally like, it's sometimes a little creepy, but I do it because I'm so interested in new perspective and new worlds. And so I just sit there, not creepily, but just kind of watching people. And, whether it's seeing someone cross the street, an older woman cross the street, or there is someone, a mom and their son, or a family, just kind of watching how everybody maneuvers through the world. And sometimes we don't give ourselves those privileges and that access. We have free will, and that is, we have to continue to take up space and continue to take up that free will. And like this girl on TikTok, shout out to Ayana on TikTok. If you know, you know, she is the most person, like she's the person I know who takes up free will like to the T. She'll just walk around the city of New York and just talk to random people. That is. Yeah, and she'll be like, "Oh, is this your truck? Oh, I'm about to go in the truck. I need some water." Or like she'll just be like, "Hey, you're going to the dog park? I don't got a dog, but I want to go to the dog park." And it's just, people don't do things like that. That's how you gain inspiration or have fun. So take up space. You have free will, so take advantage of that in the best way possible, for sure.
Most definitely. All in all, I just feel like you cannot perform at your best if you don't take a break. I think about like professional athletes, right?
Yes.
They do not play like their sport for the entire duration, like, the entire 2 hours that they're out there, 4 hours that they're, whatever. There's quarters, there's halves, there's seasons, there's like off seasons. These are the peak athletes of the world, where they train and dedicate their body to do what they're doing. Right. You are also a peak creative of the world. You've been training to do what you do. You've been training to, you be in these ideas. You have this talent, this vision, all this other good stuff. What makes you any different than these peak athletes? They have off seasons. They have quarters. They have timeouts. They have breaks. What makes you think you can't take a break?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. And you deserve the break. Not only that we're telling you this as a necessity for your art, you deserve to allot yourself time to get better, strengthen yourself, in all of our industries. We have to have tough skin. There are critics. There are, naysayers. There are people who don't believe in us. We may sometimes don't believe in ourselves. People who are better than us, right? And we have to prepare for that. And in order for, you got to sometimes sit on the bench. When we talk about basketball, you sometimes watch, the best player, or you feel like I'm the best player. And so sometimes you just got to take a seat, take a bench, take a moment, get better, work out, just work your brain out, work your mind out. Everything is a muscle. Everything is muscle memory too. So when you're taking a break, don't ever feel like you've lost it. If you had it, you'll always have it. Everything is muscle memory. So when we say take a break, we didn't say quit.
No, you're coming back.
Right. So it's no need to, sometimes when we hear take a break, we're like, whoa. Or like,
I'm going to lose my spot. Like, I'm going to slow down.
Exactly. And if you rose there to begin with, got there, at some point you'll get there again. and you'll get there faster,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll get there a new way. You'll probably find a different way.
Probably bring somebody up with you.
Right.
Or you probably meet someone who's above you, and they might bring you up. Like, you don't even know. You won't know if you just still down there in that basement just working.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta take your breaks, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Please. You have to.
Yeah. Honor yourself with that. You deserve that. You've made so much beautiful, intentional, or unintentional art. Who knows what your perspective is on how you make your art, but you've made it, and you deserve to also take a step back and actually look at your art. Go look. We have an episode about, not wallowing in your art, but also sometimes we don't know what we have or who we are when we're just on to the next. Sometimes take a step back and go look. Oh my gosh, I've done all these things. I earned the right to take this break.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I feel like we hit all the hit points.
Yeah.
I feel like there's nothing else to go into. If we do, we would keep going in circles about how important it is to take a break. So just take that break. You'll thank yourself for it in the long run.
Take that break. Don't stay there too long.
No.
Like you said, it's not quit. It's just a pause.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. You need the pause.
Yeah. So with that, we are going to dive into our final five.
Our final five.
Our final five.
Ooh. What the heck?
And so again, if you're just now joining our channel on this episode, a final five is basically we leave you with 5 words, 5 phrases. It's just something that we can leave you with, either about the episode or not about the episode.
Yeah.
You want to give us your final five?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
My final 5
okay.
for this episode is take breaks. The race continues. I think
that.
a lot of people are so caught up with that fable, the tortoise and the hare.
The tortoise, yeah.
And they're like, you seen that the rabbit took a break, and you seen what happened. He wound up losing the race.
Right.
I want you to know, like, it's a marathon, not a sprint, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
1. And 2, like, there's so many metaphors I could think about.
Mm-hmm.
Think about NASCAR. NASCAR is not a straight race to the end of a finish line.
No.
There are a lot of laps. And there may be cars that are in, like, 7th place. They see the person in first. But they got to go take that pit stop. They got to get right. They got to take that break. And if they don't take that pit stop, it will be detrimental to that car.
Absolutely.
If you do not take a break, you will see some fall off. It will be detrimental. Things may, like, you know what I'm saying? You won't be at your peak. So, take breaks. The race continues. Like, your spot will be there. You'll be above your spot because you went back and took a break. You got new wheels. You got your gas. Like, it's ready to go. Like, so please.
Mm-hmm.
That's my final 5. My final 5.
I love that. And I love the metaphor that you used, obviously. Take breaks. My final 5 is fill the pause before power.
Okay.
And you could fill in an extra word if you want to. But it's just about feeling it. We talk about doing it, but it's also something about feeling that innate pause, knowing that it's power in the pause. And with that, because if you want to start, we're talking about a race. Before you start, there's so many things before you start a race that you have to do. There's so many ways that you have to, like, gear yourself up and take a break or learn how to, like, do things better. And when you start, as soon as you come back, you have all this power, all this fuel, all this, like, pent up, like, just willpower. So definitely feel it before you get back into your own power. And also, there's pause in power and pause, however you want to see fit. But I definitely think that it's not weak. People also, like, integrate stopping and pausing and taking a halt.
Right.
That's why I also wanted to speak about power in the final 5, because it is power. It's invigorating, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So that's mine.
Okay. I like that.
Thank you.
Leaving us with some things to think about while we take the break. You know what I'm saying? That's tough.
Right?
That's
That's
tough.
okay. So I hope, this won't be our last time. It'll be many, many more seasons. But within this final episode, I hope you have taken what you should have gotten from this episode and many of our other episodes. while we're on our break, make sure, you know, if you want to, while you're on our break, while you're on your break, to take a listen, go back, you know, pick up gems that you might have, you know, haven't gotten to before. So this was a journey. This was many, many things, and we're so happy that you stuck around all the way to the end, to completion of the race, to stick around with us.
Yes, I agree. Like Sin said, remember to take your breaks. We for sure we're learning to remember to take our breaks.
Yes.
But in this whole journey of the podcast, we're talking like it's over. It's not over.
But
this whole first season, the trial season,
right?
We had our ups and downs, highs and lows, moments where we're like, oh man, what should we do? Or who should we bring? What should go on? I just think our intentions were pure through it all.
Absolutely.
And I think I said before, as long as your intentions the intentions are pure, your heart's in the right place, and you got talent, you will be rewarded. It will work out in one way or another. We're just so glad it's been working out. And it's just, just think about it. This is probably some people's favorite podcast.
Yeah.
And that's love all time. And it's kind of like, that's just cool to think about. Yeah. So in this moment of break, while we you know what I'm saying, we're finished with this season, we want you to know that we want you to continue to never compare your progress, continue to create, just put things out, continue to take breaks though, continue to not just, you know, keep focusing on the grind, take mental health breaks, you know, continue to not fall for the brain rot, but to continue to collaborate with people. Y'all people, I'm getting all the titles in.
I peeped
that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just continue to do your thing at the end of the day. I want you to know, for season 1, my final icon of the eye also additionally is you guys. 1000%.
Oh, that was so sweet.
That's so nice.
That's so sweet. You know, and we just want to express so much gratitude, as you just heard prior. We're grateful, and that we can take our idea and our, you know, something that we had, something that we wanted to do, and we actually have done it. And we hope to continue to spread, you know, love and positivity and light and honesty for the future of our podcast. So if you have enjoyed this as much as we have, make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it with your mother, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your best friend.
All of them.
Everybody. And we, the Why Not Us podcast, will see you in the next season.
Peace.
Bye.